What's up, everybody? It's been a while since I've done one of my commentary videos, so I figured I might as well do another one here. This was a pretty happy run that I got. It could have PB'd, and I think I choked it in some way, but that's besides the point of this video. I just needed footage anyway. What I'm going to talk about next is my dad's conspiracy theories. Now, I know this is something that a lot of you guys would like to hear, and it's a very interesting topic that I have doubled my feet in, and I only just remembered recently. Anyway, my dad was one of those anti-mask, anti-vaxxer, idiot douchebags that would just go around preaching how masks are the work of the devil, how they're evil, and how they're killing people and stuff like that. But they're just too pea-brained to realize that there's a virus going on and a pandemic, which is the reason why people are in hospitals. Yeah, no, it takes a bit of thinking to work that out. But he thought that vaccines killed people. Now, it's not 100% incorrect. It's partly true. However, most of the cases, vaccines work. At least, I'm pretty sure they do. They don't kill people, at the very least. Some people have had very bad reactions to it, and I actually did, which I'll get back into later in this video. And, of course, it happened to me, who has a dad like this, but luckily he has dementia now, so he doesn't, well, I guess, lucky or unlucky, depends how you look at it. It really is a curse, but it helped in this one scenario. Anyway, the first piece of misinformation that this man would always talk about is how masks kill people, and how it blocks the oxygen coming in and out of your mouth, so you're breathing in carbon dioxide over and over again. It's a pretty common one among all these anti-maskers. However, it takes 1 second of research and a couple seconds of typing to go into Google and figure out that, oh, bacteria particles are actually way bigger than oxygen, and they pass through. Yeah, I wonder why not everyone who... Plus, these people, they don't understand that doctors wear masks during, like, you know, important operations. I mean, maybe they're just lying to us about that. Maybe they have, like, a leather jacket, a biker helmet, and maybe a cigar in their mouth to really help with the surgery. But masks don't kill people, unlike what all these anti-vaxxers say all the time. And it really just blows my mind how clueless and dumb these fucking idiots are. Because they say the truth is out there, just go seek the truth. Well, not the research from, like, scientists, but, like, actual real research from, like, some dude in his shit-stained underwear who shit posts on Facebook every now and again. Because they're more inclined to believe that guy than to actually believe people who have dedicated years of their life into studying these sorts of things and to getting the degrees and the knowledge necessary to learn how to do this specific type of research and all that sort of stuff. And they also say a lot how you shouldn't trust the media and how you shouldn't trust these big government officials. But yeah, they trust people on Facebook rather than these actual scientists that pour years of their life into understanding these concepts. And it also bothers me how these people are always just super entitled. Like, they go around preaching their truth as if they're preaching the gospel or something like that. And they also say that God, like, they also blame lots of this stuff on God for some reason, which I think has to be one of the most blasphemous things you can ever say. It reminds me of that one YouTuber who blamed his cryptocurrency scam on God, saying God made him make a shitcoin and scam his audience. But at least we get free entertainment, especially from all the council meetings in Florida, which, Florida, typical home of all these fucking idiots that just think that masks are evil. And it also is pretty funny to watch them just stumble across their own words. And somehow the only sane argument that came out from that whole council meeting was how that one woman is a music teacher and she can't play her music because the mask is on. And yeah, I guess that's true. So and I was thinking, yeah, these masks, well, I guess they're just gonna have to go. She can't play her instrument. I guess you're just gonna have to take the mask off, and that is just too hard to do. You know, moving your hands up to your mouth is way too difficult, especially in the year of our Lord 2025. The rest of the statements from the meeting were just trust me bro moments. Now, and it makes me wonder how these type of people have power in modern society. And then I realized, and because they're the only people that show up to these council meetings to preach their own agenda, I guess, in a way, and the government is just like, okay, just, we'll change some rules, just shut the fuck up and leave us alone. And this brings me on to the next conspiracy theory, which was the fact that vaccines kill people, even though there's literally studies that you can just go to and refer to show that no, vaccines don't kill people. Obviously, there are that small proportion that do get affected, and that actually brings me on to my next point, and that is, I am so unlucky in the fact that I got diagnosed with ITP, and if you don't know what ITP is, it is pretty much this situation where your blood doesn't have a lot of platelets in it. Now, what platelets do in your blood is that they make sure that your blood clots. Now, my blood doesn't clot. Well, not as of now. As of today, it's like, that was like a month ago. But at that time, I could not really go anywhere. I couldn't go to school, I couldn't do sports. It fucking sucked. But luckily, my dad did not know about it because he has dementia, as I said earlier, which is a big curse, and I really hate it because I can't really talk to him the same way that I used to. But I guess it helped in this scenario because he didn't start freaking out about it. He also believed that the vapor coming out of the back of planes whenever you'd fly were chemtrails. Like, he was trying to convince me that the government was spraying us with poisons to try and lower the population for their convenience. And me being like 5 or 6 at the time, I believed him, because what kid wouldn't believe his father, you know what I mean? Actually, it was probably closer to around when I was like 9 or 10, but why wouldn't I believe my dad? I mean, he's my dad, and I love him. But yeah, me doing some more deep diving into these topics show that, yeah, my dad actually was really fucking wrong here. He also telling me how the government is, like, experimenting with our weather, and how that they are changing our weather patterns and creating freak natural disasters and stuff like that. Which, the reason I believed this so strongly at the time, and I still believe a little bit to this day, well, not too much of an extent, I definitely think the weather's getting a lot weirder now, but I don't think the government is directly controlling it. Neither do I think that they would be able to control it to that high of an extent, but the reason I believe this was because we had a hailstorm around here. Now, I live in the northern part of Australia, and it is so fucking boiling up here. Ice is like some sort of foreign concept to us up here, man. We don't see ice unless if it's inside of our freezer. And somehow there was a hailstorm up here, and it happened only twice, as far as I remember. It's the only time it's ever happened, and the other time it was really quick. But it was as we were driving home from school, and it was a miracle our windshield didn't break, because there were some pretty big stones. And I think you can see why I'd end up believing it there, because we had never had a hailstorm up here in forever. I don't even think I knew what a hailstorm was at the time, so I was thinking, what the fuck, is this some sort of apocalypse that's being brought upon the human race at this point in time? Now, obviously, you know, the government is hiding a lot of stuff from us, like the Epstein files for one, because it pisses me off so much, because they're pretty much saying, yeah, we're guilty, but fuck you, what are you gonna do about it, you know? And it's a real slap in the face to all the victims, as well as all the people that just want everyone to be brought to justice. And at this point, I'm even convinced that Trump's name is on it at this point in time, man. I have respect for Trump, like, he is an independently thinking politician, but man, if you're trying to cover it up, then you're so guilty. This is literally being caught with your hand in the cookie jar at this point. At this point in time, I don't really know what else to talk about, so I think I'll just let the rest of the run play out. I'm a bit dry on commentaries this recently, so hopefully I'll be able to pick up next week or the week after, but, yeah.